Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Where have you gone, Cole Van Lannon? A nation turns its lonely eyes to you. And it burns, it burns, it burns. Oh, it hurts. Right there for the taking. Right there to snatch away. And it falls short. Incredible year, going 4-13 to 13-4. But you don't want to hear that right now. You want answers, you want names, you want reasons, and I will do my best over the next 2 hours to explore. I've given it a tremendous amount of thought. And as far as I'm concerned, Jacksonville was the better football team yesterday. Now, let's be honest. Josh Allen's the best player on the field. Josh Allen made spectacular plays. And there's so many fingers that can be pointed, like how does Brandon Cooks, who's played on, I think, every team in the NFL except for the Jacksonville Jaguars, how is he that open with just a couple of minutes to go in the football game, obviously putting them in the red zone? Then you had their variation of the tush-push, and Jacksonville let him score and an opportunity to come back. And frankly, I thought that it depends on which way you look at it, okay? Because I've gone back and forth with a lot of folks today. That final play, a lot of people just want to blame Trevor Lawrence. And if that's where you're at, fine. Okay, I'm not here to change minds. I'm here to give you my opinion. I think there was too much pressure. I thought Joey Bosa was there. He had to get rid of the football, and it was tipped. It was not a great effort by the combination of Walker Little and Ezra Cleveland. And if he had another half second, Parker Washington is open. All Parker Washington did all day was make big plays. I mean, Parker Washington went in the blue tent. He was evaluated for a concussion. All right, you look at Josh Allen in Buffalo, the Jaguars defense, who's put quarterbacks out. That's been one of their mantras all season long. They put Josh Allen in the blue tent twice. And this young man picked himself up, and, he was the difference when it was all said and done. 27-24, Buffalo wins their first playoff road game since 1992 on a weekend in which 3 of the 5 road teams were a winner, during a weekend where you actually did have 4 game-winning touchdowns in the 5 playoff wildcard games, okay? Fourth quarter, late game-winning touchdowns with less than 3 minutes to go. Also, 12 fourth-quarter lead changes, including right here in Jacksonville. Unbelievable. I mean, Jags went up 17-13, Bills 20-17, Jacksonville 24-20. Didn't you think it was over when they hit ETN? And he rolled in, you're thinking complimentary football. The offense did its job. Now, the defense, it's an opportunity for them to do their job. And, there's a couple of situations this year where the defense didn't do what it needed to do. You go back to Cincinnati when they came back and they were ahead. And, you let, the heck's his name, the backup quarterback of the Bengals, Jake Browning, right?
Yep.
Go 93 yards. All right. You saw what happened in Houston, and it was the exact same deal yesterday. Allowing Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to basically do whatever they wanted to do as far as length of drives. This is from the desk of Daniel Griffiths. Jacksonville defensively yesterday allowed an 8-play, 32-yard drive. Took 5.5 minutes off the clock. They only went 32 yards. They took 5:38 off the clock. 10 plays, 92 yards, 5:42 off the clock. That was a huge turning point in the game. The momentum changed there. Jacksonville had an opportunity to go up 14-3, settle for the field goal, go up 10-3. They didn't. It was a bad play call with a Trevor Lawrence sneak when you needed 2 yards. It was a bad call. It really was. And I talk about this all the time because fans are never wrong. We don't ever expect you to be wrong. You're always right. You're the customer. You spend your money. You're going, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Why in the hell did they go for it? And again, I was getting it from everyone. Why don't you take the points? And I even buddies of mine, I'm like, are you really going to sit there and tell me that all along you were saying take the points? No. Most of you out there were saying go for it. Go for it, go for it. And then you don't make it, and you turn to your buddy and say, why didn't they kick the field goal? That's just the life that we are a part of. And you can say what you want about Liam Cohen, okay? He is a bold coach. He is going to go for it, whether it's analytically speaking, whether it is his gut. He doesn't always do things by the book. The flip side of that would have been, okay, well, why didn't you perhaps stay a little bit more conservative in this game? Because you're a bold football coach, but you've always been one who's been defined as what? A run-first coach, pass second. They abandoned the run way too quickly yesterday. And frankly, that's the reason why they're not advancing to the divisional round. That is the one aspect of this game that I can't figure out. Why did they quit giving the ball to Bashal Tutin? He was absolutely fantastic. He provided a spark. And we talked about it on Friday morning. I did with Hayes Carline about how you just watch him once he gets the ball. Feels like he has a burst ahead of everyone else. And he's ready to pop. He's ready to explode. And a guy gives you 20, 14, and 13 yards on 3 carries, and then you change up the quarter, and you don't give him the football again, except for one time in the second half. That is a big-time coaching mistake, okay? There's no other way to say it. You had the worst rushing defense in the NFL. You had the best passing defense in the NFL. And Trevor Lawrence and his targets did enough to win in this game. They should have run the football, and they did not. ETN gave you 67 yards on 10 carries. When it was all said and done, 14 totes, 118 yards, and they got away from it. And that's, is it a situation where you learn from it? Yeah. But again, the 10-play, 92-yard drive took 5:42 off the clock. The defense, 8 plays, 22 yards, 11 plays, 43 yards, 9 plays, 65 yards, 9 plays, 66 yards. They allowed 6 drives, 2 of 8 plays, 2 of 9 plays, 1 of 10 plays, and 1 of 11 plays. And they ate the clock. And they couldn't run. They did the exact opposite when it wasn't Josh Allen, who's just, he's a freak. You have to tip the cap and say he was the best player on the football field. But to me, Jacksonville got away from what was working. And if they kept hammering the run, I just think it would have opened things up a little bit more for the pass game, which in my opinion was above average, but certainly, you made some mistakes there. You threw the 2 picks, and you turned the ball over on downs. To me, that's always been a definition of a turnover. You look at the numbers; they'll say 2 by Jacksonville, 1 by Buffalo. Of course, that was a great special teams play by LaQuint Allen Jr. and the fumble recovery by Devin Lloyd. I mean, that's where you had that opportunity. You take the 3, at least you get points after the takeaway. You had a short field. All right, you go up 10-3. Who knows what happens? And you were thinking 14-3. I'll admit it. I was thinking 14-3 until you got to 4th and 2. And then, if you're going to do something, throw another pass or hand the ball off to ETN or Tootin. The Trevor Lawrence 2-yard sneak didn't work. What was it, last week or two? It was 2 weeks ago, right? When he tried the 2-yard, it was against Indianapolis.
Yeah.
When they had the 2 red zone turnovers. And again, they were clearly the better team. They should have knocked them out of the yard. But because they turned the ball over then, and including there a 4th down turnover, which doesn't count statistically speaking as official numbers, but you as fans are well aware of it. Okay, there's an example there of 2 red zone turnovers in Indy plus a 4th down turnover. Yesterday, you had the 2 picks and that very important red zone turnover. Could end up being the difference in the game when it was all said and done. So we'll dive deep into this today. What I find that is encouraging, you're talking about a first-year head coach. You're talking about a quarterback who has absolutely improved. You're talking about an organization that has found key players that I don't believe any of us thought would ever be considered that. And they're playing their best football. They're going to be a better team next year. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to go 13-4. Okay, they're going to face a first-place schedule. They're certainly never going to sneak up on anyone, albeit I find using that term in the NFL is basically irrelevant anyway, because anyone can win on any given Sunday. But it's going to end up being a very intriguing offseason. There are a ton of questions. There's only a couple of answers that we have at this particular point. For instance, Greg Newsome, he gone. Greg Newsome couldn't have covered me yesterday, okay? And they gambled. They gave up on Tyson Campbell. I actually think it was the right move because the contract of Tyson Campbell was just awful. The Walker Little situation is going to be just enormous. What do? Do you send him out the pasture? Can you get anything for Walker Little? Can you bring him back and put him on the offensive line? He had the 2 penalties yesterday. He was deeply involved on that final play on the tip ball, even though he did Bosa cut inside. It was a little bit more on Ezra Cleveland. But you just look, and Walker Little is the lowest graded offensive player yesterday. Pro Football Focus had him at, 44? I got it here somewhere. The desk. I don't like when the desk is cluttered after a loss. I like it when it's cluttered after a win. Walker Little, 43.9. Boy. Yeah, and I've been looking it up, and maybe we'll get some exact numbers on this, but if you go to Spot Track right now, it's with Walker Little, it's like it's $14.5 million in dead cap for Spot Track, where overthecap.com is telling us it's 18.2 million. I guess they do say you recoup 3.7. I don't know. I've never been able to fully understand the contract, or contracts, because we don't see them. We don't know how they're written. We don't know how they're put in there. Now, these two entities get it and do a really good job. I just don't know how official they actually are. But this organization now has to make a decision. What are you going to do with this guy? And are they going to bring him back and let him play football? It's nothing personal. I think Walker Little's a really nice guy. He's just not a good football player. And it was a very bad re-signing by Trent Baalke. And if you look at the amount of money they swallowed last year, man, it was like $84 million. They just sent away what? Sheriff, Ingram, and Kirk. Those three players right there alone were more than $40 million. So when you look at these figures with Walker Little, don't be shocked if something like that happens. Now, unfortunately for the Jags, they're already dealing with some big-time dead cap money. Tyson Campbell, Gabe Davis, Darnell Savage. Davis yesterday caught a ball. They knocked him out of the game. Savage yesterday, Buffalo, inactive in this football game. So they got some pretty decent contracts that they're going to have to, find their way through. But I think it all begins and ends right there with Walker Little. That becomes the most important one. And then there's just a plethora of decisions. Who do they bring back? Do they extend Trayvon Walker? Can they make any other moves? James Gladstone, at least when he picks up the phone and calls other GMs, answer the phone. I don't know if that was always the case here when it went to Trent Baalke. So anyway, we've got an awful lot to do. It's a rough Monday for you, and I feel I'd love to be able to pump you up with it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. That'll come in time. Right now, you deserve to be upset. Don't be so quick to get over this one. All right, there's nothing at all that is comforting in losing, right? Especially in my opinion, they should have won this game yesterday. They were the better football team yesterday, and they let that one get away. All right, hopefully you had good eyes, 70,000 plus. The fans were absolutely fantastic. They did their part. There's no complaint there, and they were in. You guys were in the stadium by the time Susan Tedeschi sang the national anthem. All right? I mean, the crowd did what it was supposed to do. I thought the intangible there would be somewhat of a factor. Josh Allen's played in some incredible environments, and certainly he was able to lead them to the game-winning touchdown. But anyway, you did your part. But if you were way up and you didn't have the best of seats, I hope you at least have 20/20 with your eyes. If not, let's get you checked out right now. Let's get you to Shmunez Vision. Okay? You can check them out online. And, there's needs and there's wants. There were 9 years ago, I just went in for a checkup. I was like, hey, man, give me the very latest on my prescription. And he's like, okay. And he looks and goes, boy, you got a serious issue here. You need surgery on your right eye immediately. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm fine. He's like, no, you're not. You got something there that's spreading, and it needs to come out now. So I don't want to put the fear of God in you, but something like that could be happening to you, and you're not even aware of it. When is the last time you've had an eye examination? That's the first thing you need to take a look at. Then secondly, there are so many different options that you have, including a lot of mistakes that have been made with cataract surgery. That's something else that you hear about, but you may not know about, and I get it. These are the type of situations that will be uncovered when you meet with Shmunez Vision. So whether it's a want, like laser eye surgery, or unfortunately a need, like cataract surgery, like anything else, make an appointment today. Get an examination. Dr. Neo Shmunez, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. John Hunt, more than 37 years worth of experience. And there are also those who look at you, answer your questions, examine you, and then perform surgery. Check them out online. Shmunez Vision. Also go to Instagram, get everything from them as far as testimonials. All right, let's get to it. On the other side, let's hear from Liam Cohen. Let's look at some of the ins and outs of this ball game. One that the Jags should have had, one that they let get away. That's coming up on Into the Night.
Playmakers make special plays.
That right there, that's special.
Special plays make the special teams player of the game.
Winning football players who can step up in a clutch moment.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams player of the game on 1010XL.
Start your new year off healthy and get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, and kidney. Early detection is key with 5 locations across Northeast Florida. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Ghost. Skeletor World Tour 2026. Ghost. Theatrical. Arena Rock. January 22nd, 5-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Ghost. Don't miss Ghost.
The boys are back in the kitchen.
Don't start the barbecue without me.
Joe, Matt, and Leon give you plenty to chew on during lunchtime.
Freshly baked bread.
From the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Thank you for lunch, boys.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Happy New Year from Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It is 2026. Is this what you've been waiting for? Is the time now for you to drop the weight with Awaken 180 Weight Loss? Look, the time was right for me. I had to do something. I remember looking at myself in the mirror, just couldn't believe it, man. I was going down a bad path. Found out about the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss, started talking with a coach, and instantly I knew that is exactly what I needed. Awaken 180 changed my life. I lost over 100 pounds. Guys, take it from somebody that lost triple digits on this program. It worked for me. It will work for you. No shots, no pills. You do it the natural way with the terrific coaching of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or go to Awaken180weightloss.com and do what I did with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Join the movement at the Foundation 5000, Saturday, January 17th at UF Health in St. Augustine. The Community 5K supports the UF Health St. John's Foundation Care Connect mobile outreach and clinic, delivering vital medical care to those who need it most. Run or walk with 96 Olympian Keith Brantley, or come enjoy the Asian market, open to runners and non-runners alike. Sign up today at runsignup.com. Search Foundation 5000.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The good guys needed a run late to give them a chance at advancing, and ETN would be the one to lead them. In the fourth quarter, Trevor Lawrence would find the teal and black back for a 14-yard touchdown, giving the team a 24-20 lead with 4:03 left in regulation. The ETN score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Keep playing music like this, Dylan. That'll get Jaguar fans over a loss. Are you kidding me? Let's go clubbing. Dylan, Denmark's final week. When will you begin to get emotional? When you walk out the door on Friday, or will it be before that?
It'll be probably Friday. Probably when it hit me.
Yeah, I've already ordered a bunch of women and booze.
Love it.
That's coming up. That'll get you over a Jaguars loss.
Liquor or beer?
Oh, both. For you?
Yeah.
Both.
I like the clear stuff better.
I thought you were going to say blonde, brunette, both.
I figured you'd bring both of them.
Yeah. Final week. So how long? You started as an intern. What were you here about? 5-6 years?
I was an intern in 2019. I started working here when Hacker started his show in April of 2022.
Good. Well, it's a good run.
I appreciate everything from everyone, and
yeah,
appreciate working with you, Rick.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. We'll miss you, but you're going on to brighter things, and you got that University of Florida education to fall back on, and I know it's going to bring you something.
It will, and I'm really appreciative of everyone, and I'll still be doing some stuff on the YouTube and things like that, but I enjoy being a coach, man. That's where I want to be.
No doubt about it. All right, so we'll have fun with Dylan. This is the final week of his program. Tonight's show is in the radio station, I should say, as a whole. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Miller Electric Company. you know what? If you are looking for a change, like our buddy Dylan is, and college is not for you, maybe you're in a midlife crisis, maybe you feel undervalued as a current electrician, maybe you just want to pick up a trade that you know is going to be here for generations and generations. Look at Jacksonville. Everywhere you go, there's what? There's building. There's building and there's building. There's more people moving in here. So electrical work is huge, okay? To be an electrician is an outstanding occupation. And they are hiring at Miller Electric. They take on the biggest projects in the city. They offer you a chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. They also believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture. And I'll stand by that. I know a lot of people at Miller Electric. They are great human beings. It's a great company. They're always recognized as one of the top companies year in, year out, right here in Duval. They've been doing it for more than 96 years. For all the details, let's go to Miller Careers. Let's go to Miller Careers and get everything right there for you, the good folks there at Miller Electric. Okay, let's get to Liam Cohen yesterday. After the game, this was far and away, okay? Question number one, why did you do this? Why did you get away from running the football against the Bills?
Not at all.
It wasn't even a decision.
Not even a close decision. It was all go for it on all the metrics. And, with where you're at down there that low, you got to go for it. I mean, fourth down, that low, you at least feel like you're going to have an opportunity to stop them and have a field position change. And at the very worst, you get the ball back with good field position, and didn't end up working out.
All right, that's my bad. That is the biggest question of the game as far as not running the football, outside of not taking the field goal when you had it at the 9-yard line, grab the points instead of, trying to pick up a first down and eventually score a touchdown. I'll get to rushing the football in just a little bit, but he knew the question was going to come, right? I remember the game, I think it was at Cincinnati, when he knew he was going to get a question like that as well. And you know how a lot of politicians are briefed? You know how that works? That typically isn't the case unless, well, you're ignorant. For instance, let's look at Mike Norvell in Tallahassee. He has to be briefed on everything. And you notice yesterday that to credit Liam Cohen, he doesn't begin every press conference off by, congratulating the team that just beat him the way that Mike Norvell does. Liam Cohen gets right after it, okay? And he starts answering questions. But he knew that was coming. And he had that already set in his brain that he's going to be asked about not kicking the field goal. Why did they go for it? And you heard him say it. But it was apparently coming from him the majority decision and almost a unanimous decision to do that. And again, he's an aggressive coach. You're going to see more and more and more of this. You saw it this year. Other coaches absolutely would have turned the cheek and said, no, give me the 3 points. And it's so easy now to say, well, they lost 27-24. You get those 3 points. It's 27-27. We can play that. This happened early in the football game. What it did is it changed the momentum of the game. I was thinking if they go up 14-3, and I'll admit it, the way my brain was working, I'm thinking they're going to punch Buffalo right in the mouth because Jacksonville was hitting. They were really pounding their opponent. They weren't allowing James Cook to run the football. They were getting some pressure, but the difference here was, the great quarterback of Josh Allen. You didn't have one pass breakup yesterday by the Jaguars. I have to believe that's the only time in 18 games this year that happened. On the other side, you had 9 PBUs by Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo, that's according to Ryan O'Halloran of the Florida Times Union. Buffalo did a real nice job. There was even a few times, is this my eyes? Or did it seem like in a couple of instances yesterday, the Trevor Lawrence ball wasn't as sharp as far as velocity as we've seen? He let a couple of them hang. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see from the nosebleeds exactly, but something didn't feel right with his delivery. I don't know if it was his footwork or just something didn't feel right with him yesterday.
Yeah, he certainly threw a Nolan Ryan 100-mile-an-hour fastball on the touchdown pass to Brian Thomas Jr. There's no doubt about that. But there were a couple of misses, one to Strange, one to Parker that, I thought it was just a little late getting there. In 5 years of watching Trevor Lawrence, I don't ever remember that. I remember misses by Trevor Lawrence where the ball went one way and the offensive target went another way, whether it was miscommunication or just a really bad throw. But I can't ever think of an example of where it felt like the ball wasn't going with the velocity that it was supposed to. And, I was talking about that in the ball. I was talking about it with James Coleman and a few others. Don't think I asked that particular question either Dave Campo or Mark Duffner, who I was lucky enough to sit next to as well. Just a incredible amount of knowledge from them, primarily, talking about what the Jaguars did yesterday defensively. Okay, when we come back, much more on this. Let's give you an opportunity to get in at 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You could comment on not taking the field goal and trying to pick up a first down, but I'm going to be as honest with you as I always do. Really not in the mood for it because I know how fans are and you've changed your mind, okay? I really believe that most people who are taking time out to say they should have kicked the field goal, you wanted them to go for it. They just didn't get it, okay? That's the way that my brain's working. The other side, I think, is a big-time conversation. And that is, why in the heck did they stop running the football? I mean, Bayshell Tootin looked like Barry Sanders. Bayshell Tootin looked like Gale Sayers. Bayshell Tootin looked like Fred Taylor. Bayshell Tootin looked like O.J. Simpson. He got 3 carries. He went 20, 14, and 13 yards, and then they stopped giving him the football. How does that happen? That's where the game changed. Okay, the momentum changed on the 4th down stop. The game changed when Jacksonville got away from running it. In the latter, the former I don't have a problem with. You made up your mind and you went for it. You just heard Liam Cohen talk on it. You can disagree, but that was his decision. To abandon the run? Oh, boy. Man, I didn't know. That's not how Liam Cohen has cut his teeth as a football coach. He's a run-first coach. And they got away from it yesterday. 641-1010 text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also on YouTube tonight. You can join us, watch the program. Go to 1010XL into the night.
We got a great show for you today.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
A big show.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
A king-size show.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
There's a lot of reasons to use Kuhn flowers when you need to send a floral arrangement. This is ET with 1010XL, and no matter what reason or the occasion, Kuhn Flowers delivers only the best. Log on to kuhnflowers.com and make somebody's day.
What
Dempsey here. It's truck time at Big Number One Duval Ford. Check out their huge selections of brand new F-150s, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years. Right now, drive one home with an incredible 0% financing for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days. That's right, zero interest and no payments till next year. Your new F-150 is waiting at Big Number One Duval Ford. Visit DuvalFord.com or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
The First Coast Games is an annual team building challenge to introduce fun activities into the workplace and focus on your employees' health and wellness goals. These goals include some friendly competition, of course, including pickleball, cornhole, volleyball, flag football, and other team sports. The games will begin in March. Register your company and teams at fcymca.org.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a dandy today.
Hi, Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Any good lineup needs power. When we needed power at the Bregan Baseball Complex and all the fields we have at Fort Family Park, we trusted Ricketts Electric. You're going to love these guys. The Ricketts family has been providing commercial and residential electric service for years. Call my friend Zach today at 904-320-5960. You can also find them on Facebook and at rickettselectric.com. Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them today at 904-320-5960.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Josh Allen yesterday, 9 of 12 under pressure, 144 yards. He was the difference maker. I mean, look at the wide receiving core that he has. 9 different guys caught the football for him yesterday. And again, I have no problem saying this. I think Jacksonville's the better football team. All right. If I would have told you that the combination of Cook and Allen, those are the only 2 guys who ran the ball, 26 carries, 79 yards. Okay. Allen scored 2 touchdowns. You held Cook, who led the league in rushing, to 46 yards on 15 carries. Okay. Just over 3 yards a carry. Sensational. But you look around, there were big-time receptions made in some huge situations. Keon Coleman, man, the guy's a turd. The guy's been inactive for weeks. He was wide open. Dawson Knox, you knew it. Him and Kincaid are really their go-tos because they don't have a clear-cut number one wide receiver. Although Shakir was one yesterday, wasn't he? Caught 12 footballs from Josh Allen. Cooks, again, the 36-yarder. A massive defensive breakdown. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of questions about the secondary. What are they going to do? I think you have to re-sign Buster Brown. Now, people now are saying, the biggest position of need for the Jags is a corner. They need help there, but let's also remember the fact you have Jordan Lewis back for at least one more year, and he was missed. And, of course, the whole Travis Hunter conversation. So you're going to be adding two corners right there. I'm not saying that it's something that they should not improve on, but it was a really bad day for Jarian Jones. And he had played such good football since, coming back off the milk carton. And I say it every week. The guy played 6 snaps in 5 weeks before Jordan Lewis went out the first time. Played really good ball. He was not good yesterday. Greg Newsome was just terrible yesterday. Greg Newsome played his final game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're not going to bring him back. There's just no way. I think in that secondary, I think Dewey played his final game. I don't see Andrew Wingard, being a part of this. You've got one more year in Antonio Johnson. You've got one more year in Eric Murray, and you have Caleb Ransaw, who could be a starter, who didn't even get an opportunity to get on the field. Tyrell Schaefer's, Gabe Davis, a big, I want to say it was a big third down reception on his 2 balls yesterday. 9 different guys, even Frank Gore Jr. caught a pass. So sometimes you just have to look at the best player on the field and say he lived up to it. And that's what Josh Allen did yesterday. 28 of 35, a touchdown, only sacked once. And again, there was pressure, and I know you Jaguar fans are tired of hearing there's not enough sacks on this football team. Oh, yeah, but there were pressures. Well, I said it at the beginning of the show. You pressured Josh Allen yesterday. He was 9 of 12 for 144. He also scored 2 rushing touchdowns. The flip side of this, and I'll have a better understanding of it tomorrow after I go back and look at it. And, I'm going to watch tonight's game. Maybe some of you are just like, I need a little bit of time off. Maybe you won't even watch Houston at Pittsburgh tonight. I'm sure you'll be back in by the weekend, and you'll be back in a week from tonight when it's Miami, Indiana, playing for the national championship. But you just may be like, I don't even want to watch football tonight. I don't know. Sports fans, absolutely. You're going to go back to it. Others may say, no, I need a little bit of time away. But I read some stuff and, listening to Dave Campbell, listening to Mark Duffner, some of the changes that they made, Buffalo didn't do as I planned. Buffalo didn't do what I thought they would do. That was put an extra guy in the box and say, we're not going to get beat by Etienne and Tootin. Instead, they played honest, even at times a light box, which is even more of the reason why they should have run the football, and they didn't. Man, it's just amazing to me that actually did happen. I think Liam Cohen's had a spectacular year. I think he's a Coach of the Year candidate, okay? There's, it's thumbs up. He did some really good things this year, okay? But he's a rookie coach. And, he was asked about it yesterday. He said he didn't understand the question. He went on to state that he thought that, the game was called, and I'm paraphrasing this now. I'm not quoting it. I'll pull up the transcript here during our next break and read it to you. But I do believe that when he has an opportunity for this to really settle in, he's going to regret the fact that they got away from running the football. And that's the number one issue as to why they lost this game, in my opinion. And you know what? I understand that there are reasons to abandon the run. What are they? Well, number one, it's not working, right? You become a pass-only team if you are able to, move the football that way, and you're not able to rush the ball. And the screen game evolved yesterday. You had 5 receptions by Travis Etienne. You had a reception by LaQuint Allen yesterday. So you had 6 screens, which is about double what they did average during the regular season. The number 2 reason that you abandon the run is what? If you're trailing, if you're down by a couple possessions, and the game has made you one-dimensional where you can only pass the foot. That wasn't the case. And, Jacksonville only had 53 plays yesterday. That's another part of this football game that really needs to be talked about. We got into those 6 very lengthy drives that Buffalo had. Okay? Buffalo had, let's see here, 61 plays, which I have here unofficially. Jacksonville had 53. All right, I guess it's not that big of a difference. Boy, what a small amount of plays. I mean, that's arguably the fewest amount of plays in an NFL game this year. Are you kidding me? Only 53 by Jacksonville and 61 by Buffalo. Wow. Pretty interesting, if you do ask me. So, yeah, that's where I am with that. They shouldn't have gotten away from it, but they did. It was a clean game by Jacksonville, for the most part, outside of Walker Little. How does Walker Little get 2 false starts? How does that happen? Was it the crowd? It's a freaking home game. You miss Cole Van Lin. You need to step up. You're paid as a left tackle. You were repaid as a left tackle. And you didn't come up big. And I'm sure he efforted. I'm sure he gave it his all. I mean, the proof's here, man. Look at the grades. 43.9 for Walker Little. Wow. I mean, he wasn't going up against Bruce Smith here. He wasn't going up against Bryce Paup when he played on the other side of Bruce Smith. He was going up against Joey Bosa, who at this point in his career is basically, a reclamation project. That's it. He didn't figure in anything statistically yesterday outside of the fact that he came up large with some pressures during some of the biggest games of the season. Joey Bosa had 5 sacks this year. Joey Bosa hasn't had double-digit sacks since 2021. You had 2.5 in 2022, 6.5 in 2023, 5 a year ago, 5 this year. He's not what he once was. And in my opinion, he's the one that created the pressure that forced the interception by Cole Bishop. It was tipped by Tre'Davious White. But if you go back and you look at it, came right from the left side. Ezra Cleveland deserves some criticism for this as well. And he was beaten up, right? I mean, you lost your right guard, your left guard. I mean, Wyatt Milan played both positions. Losing Cole Van Lanen hurt. There's no doubt. It hurt. They missed him. He's a better left tackle right now than Walker Little. Do I need to take another break? I've only been doing this.
Yeah, we got a break here.
I've only been doing this now this is my 35th year. You'd think I'd know. But sometimes I'm like, do I have to break? Do I not have to break? Ballou, why the hell are you talking about a break? Do you run the ball or not run the ball? See, even in my profession, I make incredible mistakes. I was ready to cruise right out here to the top of the hour. I don't need breaks. I love to flap my gums. And I don't even like the sound of my own voice. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. But airtime for me is such a pleasure. It's a treat because there's so much going on. Here's what we're going to do in our second hour. Despite that, despite the ego, okay, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to put my feet up, and I'm going to listen to you. I want to hear from wounded Jaguars fans, okay? 641-1010, text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Join the crazies on YouTube. What a group that is. I want to have a party with them now that it's the off season. Join them on YouTube. You can watch the program. Go to 1010XL into the night.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group, 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Best Bet is number one. That's right, Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine have one card poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war, just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. Learn all the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, depression continues right here in Duval. The Buffalo Bills 27, the Jaguars 24. Actually had a 28-24, but I picked Jacksonville. Yep. And, they did some really good things yesterday. They also did some things that have to be corrected. I'm going to stay with this the entire offseason because I've said it the entire in season. This is going to be a better football team next year. Okay? You already look at some of the dead weight, some of the changes that they did make. Many more are coming. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be 13-4 next year. Okay? But I think the most comforting part of this, and I don't want to get away from the fact that they let one get away. They should have won this game. They were the better team. I don't want to overdo it tonight because it's too soon. But I can tell you where I'm going with this during the offseason. This league is flawed. There's not a great team right now in the NFL. Heck, if Houston wins tonight, that's going to mean 4 out of the 6 road teams won during Wild Card Weekend. People keep saying, "Oh, it's it's Seattle, it's LA." Look at LA. Look at what the Rams did. They just barely get out of there alive. Okay, so you know this. You get this. Today's NFL, okay? There's not a Kansas City. There's not a New England. It's a play here, a play there. A mistake here, a mistake there. Football moving forward is very winnable. And it's going to come down to 1 or 2 plays every single week. Jacksonville, if they were to go to New England, they absolutely could have beaten the New England Patriots. Okay? They've already won at Denver. Now Buffalo goes to Denver. Now it's going to be the winner of tonight's game going to New England. Okay? Jacksonville could have won either one of those 2 games. That's my point. There's not a team right now that you can point at. Maybe the Rams after what they did in London. But look at what the Rams did over the weekend. And that's got to be a good feeling for you as a Jaguars fan to say you're not that far away. Even losing at home during Wild Card Weekend by a field goal, a play here, a play there. A mistake here, a mistake there. A coaching decision here, a coaching decision there. And if you trust what's going on, you know they're going to get rid of some of this dead weight. You know they're going to make improvements. You need a corner. You need a corner. All right, well, you're going to have Jordan Lewis and Travis Hunter. You need a left tackle. You need a left tackle. Indeed. You got an off season. Is Cole Van Lannon your left tackle? Do you move Anton Harrison from the left side, from the right side to the left side? Do you stick with Walker Little for another year? Okay? It's not like you don't have anyone. You have options. Do you get it done in the second round of the draft? It is going to end up being encouraging, but I don't want it. I feel like it would be a disservice to load you up with that because you deserve to be upset. Great fans, there's a time and there's a place. At least the officiating didn't come into play, right? I mean, everything that happened here against Jacksonville was self-inflicted. We've gone through the reasons. Self-inflicted. The scheme and decision-making. It wasn't about the officiating. The best player out there beat you, and that's Josh Allen. He's the best player. He beat you. Your quarterback got better. Trevor Lawrence. He's getting better. He's not getting worse. He's getting better. Just remember that. Josh Allen lost 4 straight road playoff games. Okay? He's been to 7 consecutive playoffs. He's never won on the road. And he finally got that done yesterday. All right, enough of me being at least somewhat, the world isn't flat. That's it. We need to get it from you now. Let's go. 641-1010 text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Again, join us on YouTube tonight, 1010XL. Into the night.
A strong fence makes a good fence. A strong defense makes a good team.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game. Go, Green, let's go! On 1010XL.
You have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. At Terminix, we know how to stop termites. These destructive pests have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so do we. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem? Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com. Terminix it.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 12, 1995, the infamous O.J. Simpson trial began in Los Angeles, California.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French train.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. All those festive holiday feasts probably have added a few extra pounds, but here's the thing. You can make this the year you finally lose the weight safely and for good. Now, you know by now my daughter Amber kicked off the journey with Awaken 180 weight loss back in the summer. You ready for this? She's lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Man, is she proud of that. 100 pounds. And she really did it with this really, really good plan. There's no shots, no medications, no supplements, just real food and a proven plan. That's right. With Awaken 180, you can still enjoy your favorite food and drink. No more yo-yo diets or feeling deprived. The structured program empowers you to control your eating without hunger. It really is doable. Don't just resolve to make the change. Make the change. Call Awaken 180 today and take that first small step. Book your consultation now, 1-844-346-1800, or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It worked for Amber. It really did. And it can work for you. Awaken 180 weight loss.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
It's January in Jacksonville, so you turn on the shower knob expecting hot water. It comes up cold. That's a tough loss to start the day, but Duck Duck Rooter is here to turn things around with the new year, new water heater promotion. Duck Duck Rooter makes replacing that old water heater a winning play. Right now, get a new water heater installed for just $14.99 on select models with standard installation. Call now to schedule your free estimate and take the cold shower off the scoreboard. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
But after tonight, we go from, I guess, 9 to 8, right? That'll be the deal. Divisional playoffs coming up beginning on Saturday, two Sunday. And also the national championship college football coming up on Monday night. So begin to wear down a little bit. We'll get deep into the off season. We're about 101 days away from the NFL draft. We're about a month sooner than that with the beginning of free agency. Jacksonville's going to have to create some cash. Again, different figures depending on who you trust or where you go. I see that they're 15.5 over the cap. Okay, but you can roll over some money. You can restructure contracts. Do they restructure Foye Oluokun? Do they restructure Trevor Lawrence? Do they restructure, I don't know, anyone else that you can think of to pay them a signing bonus and create more cap space? You can release veterans. You can say goodbye to guys, and add that up as to, is it worth the price tag compared to what are you going to get out of them? And then, of course, free agency, they're going to lose some key players. I mean, who knows if they can bring back Devin Lloyd? Who knows if they can afford it? I don't think they bring back ETN. I think Bashal Tutin showed you yesterday that he's the future. The man deserves the ball. And ETN had a phenomenal year. He really did. Played well yesterday. I just don't think the position is worth what he can get in the open market. We'll see. Buster Brown is the guy that I would bring back. Maybe they bring back some role players. Maybe they bring back Dennis Gardeck. Maybe they bring back Austin Johnson. All right, Gardeck was your third edge guy basically at the end of the year. Johnson ate up a lot of space, took on blockers, didn't get a lot of ink, didn't get a lot of airtime, did a decent job as a space eater. They're going to cut Mason Smith. The guy was inactive. Diami Brown is gone. I wouldn't bring back Dewey. I wouldn't bring back Dewan Smoot or Emmanuel Ogba. Okay, veterans they brought in, 1-year deals, see if they could be contributors. They were not. Tim Patrick, there's the guy. If you want him, you bring him back. That's a late signing. Can you get younger? Can you get cheaper off the street or in the draft? Just a couple of things they're going to do. Ballou, why did they re-sign Jacoby Myers but not Parker Washington? Simple. Jacoby Myers is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. You had to get that done. Parker Washington, who they absolutely need to extend, still has 1 year remaining next season under, the rookie contract. I got a couple of texts today, Dylan, that were like, well, they should trade Brian Thomas Jr. And I'm like, okay, listen. The only way you trade Brian Thomas Jr. is if there's something going on that we don't know about. If there's a problem behind the scenes and nothing leaks out of the Miller Electric Center. But if he doesn't love football, if he's unhappy, if he's got personal problems, anything that you can think of, and he's not a great, okay, then you move him. But if not, you fix him. He's still going to go into year 3 of a rookie contract, so he's very affordable. And then on top of that, you're never going to get anything close in value to what it cost, that draft pick that they used in the first round.
Yeah, and had a good rookie season, especially toward the end of the rookie year. This year was not a good year. doesn't mean he can't change around and flip, in the next 2 years. The biggest thing is, we all have the discussion of, okay, we know Jacoby Myers is going to be here. Is Parker Washington a wide receiver one? That's going to be a conversation in the offseason. You still can't get over Brian Thomas Jr. You're getting him for so cheap for the next 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And so having those three guys in the fold for at least the next 2 years, if Parker Washington's able to stay for another year, is vital for Trevor Lawrence's development.
Yeah, you can't compare this to Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell was in his second contract. Tyson Campbell was very highly paid, and he wasn't living up to that paycheck. Now, I've seen it plenty of places today. Oh, that trade was a disaster. Greg Newsome didn't play well. His performance yesterday was awful. But you gave up a bad contract with Tyson Campbell, a guy that they did not think would be a big part of the Anthony Campanile defense. All right, we'll see. There's a difference with a rookie contract. Grant Udinski, by the way, is going to be interviewing for the Cleveland job. Udinski's 30. I think he turned 30 today or yesterday or something like that. I really don't know the exact day, but it was real soon. It just happened. And he's going to interview there. 25-31 Ballou, only a week until what I never thought I would see go. IU. There you go. He's a Jag Hoosier. Yeah, Indiana looks absolutely unbeatable. I mean, it's scary. We'll see what happens. 63-96, not having a first-round pick this year frees up money to re-sign players. True. And they do have a first-round pick. His name is Travis Hunter. He gave you 6.5 games. That's the way you got to look at it. You didn't get really anything at all out of Travis Hunter. And again, don't listen to the national media when they tell you that Travis Hunter couldn't handle the grind, the wear and tear of the NFL. That's wrong. He got hurt on a non-contact drill at the Miller Electric Center. So again, sometimes you have to correct the national media. Don't buy into that. Don't let anyone get away with that. Then again, you know what's going to happen. You can do what you want. I'm tired of telling you about the media. Yeah, 8401 Boo in the NFL got rid of the chain going in place of the virtual measurement for accuracy. Can you challenge it? What's the point? Yeah, you can challenge it, and they won. They challenged the virtual measurement. I was shocked that it was reversed. As a matter of fact, a police officer asked me, I was going off to go to the laboratory. So, what do you think it's going to be? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're going to take the computers over the humans every day. The computers were wrong on that situation.
I don't know if, well, obviously you were in the press box. Being at the game, I was up in section 415. Anytime the ref talked, I couldn't hear a word he was saying.
Yeah.
So I was kind of had to, after a second, I kind of figured what was going on, but anytime the ref talked, I had no idea.
The refs have made changes. Referees now at the end of the quarter or at the 2-minute warning, they think they're Jim Morrison. They're like, this is the end of the third quarter. They have like this hesitation, this like stopgap that's like, bro, I mean, you're not Robert Plant, all right?
They are the show.
You're not Bono. Just say, and that's the end of the third quarter. It's like, this is the end of the third quarter. It's like, I noticed that a few weeks ago. That certainly happened yesterday. But, hey, the refs are always making changes, 40-42 Blue, Brian Thomas, you didn't have the heart. That can't be fixed. I don't know. I do not know. There was something that was really, really long. That touchdown pass he caught yesterday, I don't think he catches that early in the season. I think he hears footsteps. That may have been an alligator arm situation, although it was a perfect throw by Trevor Lawrence. There are some people who agree with the 40-42. Now, if that's the case, he does not fit into the does he love football category. Again, if they move him, It's not because they're going to get anything close to value. It's going to be because there is a reason. And that would be one of them. I don't know if, right now I don't know if that's the case. 0030, Kim Parker, Washington, Brian Thomas, should he play great? We talk about he's a great, fast, big receiver. You need to start throwing to him more. Got an unbelievable pass at the end of the year. What do you want? He's great, but his blocking absolutely improved. I thought his effort improved. I thought Jacoby Myers really helped him. Some of the stuff that was said early on ended up being right. Maybe he was upset about all of the Travis Hunter attention. I don't know. He had a real bad camp. Some of you out there got angry with me when I would report daily on what I saw, and it was every single day a drop by Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, the fact that he had a really bad year or a down year would not be a surprise to anyone who went to training camp daily, as I did. It was there to see. I still think he's got a chance here. I'm not giving up on him. And as of right now, I'm not aware of anything that's going on behind the scenes. 37-13, could the Jags release Walker Little to free up some cap space? Yes. They're going to have to eat a ton of dead cap money, which dead cap money to you and I means nothing, but it does mean something when it goes up against the overall salary cap figure of a roster, okay? Your 53, your practice squad players, your guys on injured reserve, and the guys that you cut their dead cap money, all is under the same umbrella. And we're getting different figures here from Spot Track and from overthecap.com. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 14.5 to 18.2 million. Over the Cap says that if you release Walker Little, you're going to have to eat 18.2 million and you're going to be able to recoup 3.7 million. Did we see if that changes post June 1st? Let me just take a look at that real quick for Walker Little post June 1st. Post June 1st for Walker Little, the dead money would be $13,558,000 and you'd only recoup $941,000.
Either way, it's going to be a lot of money.
It is. It's going to be a ton of money.
For someone that just got an extension during last year.
It was a bad signing. No, it was a bad signing.
He got signed. The news dropped before the game. It was one of those, it was like toward the end of the year. It was like week 16, and Trent Baalke goes, "Hey, watch this."
Yeah, it was like the
45 Walker Little extension. You're like, what?
It was the final scud by Baalke. And hey, remember last year at this time? I guess it's a week after, but Doug Peterson was fired and Trent Baalke was still the general manager.
Yep.
And I spent all last year saying Trent Baalke's going to stay the general manager, and people were on me. Well, I was right for 16 days. And then they fired him. They had over $84 million worth of dead money this year, okay? According to overthecap.com, to not be here next year, Tyson Campbell's dead cap money is $19,520,000. Gabe Davis, this is all Baalke here now, okay? Gabe Davis, $14,600,000. I would have been pissed if it was $600,000 for Gabe Davis. It's $14,600,000. Darnell Savage, $6.2 million. Colin Saunders, $1.863 million. Javon Foster, $400,000. Jordan Jefferson, $400,000. Tank Bigsby, $230,000 large. Tyler Lacey, $172,000. Deontay Prince, $166,000, and Keelan Robinson, $140,000. Thomas Castellanos could dunk on Keelan Robinson. Okay?
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Tattoo could. You don't know who Tattoo is, do
No.
you? You haven't watched, you're not aware of Fantasy Islands.
Negative.
Are you? So right now they have $43,863,000 under the cap. Again, that means nothing to you and I. It does mean something towards the overall salary cap, which is going to expand again by another, what, $12-15 million. We'll see what the official number is.
This will be like over $300 million, essentially. It was 289 point something. It was basically 290 this year.
No. All right, let's head to a break. There's going to be a surprise on here, too. There'll be a surprise cut. Is there a surprise cut in Foye Oluokun? Is there a surprise cut in Devon Hamilton? Is there a surprise cut in Patrick McCarry? I don't even know if you consider that a surprise cut. Okay, but again, you'd have to eat over $14 million with him. Last year at this time, we had conversations about Christian Kirk. We had conversations about Brandon Sheriff. The Evan Ingram one, I thought, was the only bad decision they made. And, you know, they're going to have to address tight end as well. You got a couple of backups who play well, basically making veteran minimum money. And Brenton Strange is another guy, like Parker Washington, like Antonio Johnson, like Trayvon Walker. They're all entering the final year of their contract. So you got a lot of decisions you got to make outside of Lloyd, ETN, Buster Brown and company. And again, that's a pleasant problem. Okay? Great teams deal with this. Re-signing your own draft picks. Can you re-sign them all? If this was New England in its heyday, you know who'd be on the block?
Everybody but the quarterback.
Trayvon Walker.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Look at all the players. Chandler Jones, when he was a beast. Okay? I mean, an absolute beast. Look at all the players New England moved when they were coming up on contracts, first and second round guys that they knew they could not afford to keep on their roster.
Yeah, GMs know, and fans can't, wrap their head around it, but GMs know that they don't want to be trapped with a player.
Mm-hmm.
And fans can't see that, but GMs do.
No, I don't think that's the case at all. This organization loves Trayvon Walker. So I don't think that is the deal. And again, I don't know if you get the value that you want in him because he's not a sack artist, but he's a really good football player. Look at some of the plays he made yesterday against the run. I mean, he is a solid player. There's no doubt. But he's going to want record-setting money. And you've seen the money that's been handed out to these edge guys. Is he a complete pass rush, sack master, edge? No. But he's a well-rounded football player. Got to take a break. Much more to do.
Sometimes it's an offensive show.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sometimes it's a show of offensive discipline.
There are no words.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
Covering the First Coast and ready to help when you need it. That's Rebound Rehabilitation. With a dozen locations, they're easy to get to and they'll get you back in the game. Sports injury, workers' comp case, or auto accidents, you name it, they can help. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Graceful like a heel.
You have 2 women?
Strong-minded like a helmet.
Good.
Tom McManus straps on the helmet and joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
Helmets and heels.
Afternoons 2 to 4. Served by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace.
Leon Cersei here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, so the trust will be put on James Gladstone and the Jaguars organization. I think they get an A+. A couple of free agents didn't produce the way that they wanted, and there's always going to be misses. There's no doubt about it. But, I mean, look at what happened last night. You see Caleb on Chase on, man. 2 sacks, a forced fumble. There are times when you go from one team to another and you get a fresh start, they are going to get the best out of you. What it comes to now for James Gladstone is recognizing those type of players. Who can you bring in who is being left for nothing right now? Okay? And I hate to use Chase on as an example, but he's what we saw last in that football game last night. Look at some of the guys that this organization in 1 year got solid contributions under. Parker Washington improved hand over fist. Cole Van Lannon, Buster Brown. Finding Danny Strigow. Those are just a few off the top of my head. A draft selection in Bayshell Tootin. So that's where you're at. Where are they going to be able to develop? Trent Baalke actually had some pretty good draft picks. Someone's here like, you got to give Baalke credit. He drafted some good players. He did. But those players got better under this scheme. Antonio Johnson, there's another one. Antonio Johnson was lost here for 3 years. Better now. Dylan remembers every single day we receive from a Jaguars fan on the text line or on YouTube, can they get anything by trading Parker Washington?
100%. And another one was Devin Lloyd. Everybody was like, this guy should play somewhere, come off the edge. Should he rush more? Can he do this? Well, whatever they did this year worked.
You know, that's what I like. I know you're where you're at right now with yesterday and everything, but the entire body of work, they're getting production out of guys who've been here and haven't done much at all. You just hope that continues. Some valuable end-of-the-year experience for Wyatt Milam. I mean, yesterday he filled in at both right guard and left guard. That's the type of stuff you got to take with you. Wyatt Milam has to be a part of that starting five next year. Absolutely. And they need to keep drafting offensive linemen. You got to draft one high every year. First 3 rounds. This year, they don't have a first round. Okay. But they have to. 8810 Ballou, the Bills fans appreciate the recommendations for Piccadilly Cafe and Hooters on Southside. We all had a great time. Oh, my thank you. And yes, we had enough cigarettes for the weekend. But seriously, with respect to the Jaguars, I think something special should be a serious contender for some time. Yeah, and now how are you going to deal with that success? They certainly dealt with it well this year. But during the offseason now, you're going to hear what? Jags going to win the division. Jags going to win the division. Although Houston's going to be right there with them, depending on what happens tonight, especially if they do advance. That defense that Houston has is just scary. I mean, they sacked Josh Allen 8 times. Jacksonville got to him once. But you're going to have to deal with that in a much more difficult schedule. 0030, a surprise cut for Foye Oluokun. Are you drunk, bro? Jeez. Devon Hamilton, #1 run defense. No one gets cut that started. We will keep them all except defensive backs. Okay. Again, it doesn't matter what I say. It matters what you hear. I was mentioning candidates considering what happened a year ago, particularly with Evan Ingram. No one thought that was going to happen. Christian Kirk, maybe, if they didn't restructure the deal and the Brandon Sheriff thing, I think you could see it, but still, they ate $13.3 million. That's what I'm saying. Don't be shocked if something like that was to take place. Has Foye Oluokun lost a step? Is Foye Oluokun still the great linebacker that he once was, especially if they bring back Devin Lloyd? Ventrell Miller had a really good camp. Is there a drop-off between Foye Oluokun and Ventrell Miller? Yeah, although Miller, for the most part, plays the other side. He plays Devin Lloyd's position. Jack Kaiser's the guy they like. Could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't 0107, the season was a lot of fun. The ending was not what we wanted. The Jags went way past all expectations. The future of this team is brighter. Been a very long time. I said the biggest jump in productivity is year 1 and year 2. That holds true for this train. 2026 could be an absolute magical season. You know, this game and this loss didn't go as I expected. I don't even know if I said it on air, but I know I did off air, that I kind of expected when they were to lose for it to be a nightmare, for it to be just one of those games where they made mistake after mistake after mistake. It was anything but a clean game with penalties and turnovers, and it ended up being a one-sided affair when you looked at the scoreboard. I didn't expect it to be like this. And, you know, I still felt Jacksonville could win that game, even when Trevor Lawrence got the ball back. I was thinking they could get into Cam Little field goal territory. He missed the field goal yesterday. The guy's human. Was he 23 or 24? He missed a, 52-yarder. It happens. We saw a lot of guys miss field goals over the weekend. Again, I'm not a Cam Little apologist. It's just, it's reality.
Which, I mean, doesn't matter now, but that is insane how they got a playoff before the half. That whole situation, I mean, being in the stadium, I'm like, looking, Trevor's like, not even close to the ball. There's 2 seconds left. I'm like, there's no shot. And then the refs took about 15 minutes to decipher. But, I mean, that's what happens. Cam Little makes a 67-yard field goal, and everyone thinks that anything closer to that is a chip shot. And it's not.
No. 53-18, Ballou, Walker Little should never be allowed back in a Jags uniform, honestly. There's a lot of people out there who agree with that. There are. And they have to look at everything. I mean, right now, again, and I say this every single year, and I've said this, wow, I guess it changed last year when they re-signed him, but it goes back to the Cam Robinson years and what have you. Who's the left tackle going to be? If you were a betting man, who's the left tackle going to be on opening day for the Jaguars 2026? Who would it be?
For what position?
Left tackle.
Left tackle. I'd say I lean Van Lammen right now. It should be Anton, but I will put my money that's going to be Cole Van Lanen.
Cole Van Lanen, Walker Little, Anton Harrison, or a draft pick. I haven't, thankfully, I haven't really looked at free agency yet because there's been no need to, because the Jaguars were relevant and still playing. But with everything that's going on, they can't afford to overpay for an available left tackle, even if one is there for the taking. We've proven it by going through this. They can't afford it.
No shot. And especially a position like that, if there is a good player at that position, number one, there's not that many of them. And number two, if there is one, you have to pay an insane amount of money for it.
Blue, what hurts most is the Jags flat out beat themselves on the biggest stage. Hopefully they'll correct that next season. The new standard is set, and we all should settle for nothing less than a potential 1 seed. Yeah. I think they did a real good job at staying grounded. Again, the pressure is going to totally change because they're going to be talked about. Them and Houston both are the AFC South. All of a sudden, you're going to hear the AFC South, is going to be right there with the AFC West. Very difficult division. Who knows what's going to go on in Houston? Tennessee's on the doormat, for quite some time. Walker Little is a better guard than tackle. That's another part of this that I thought he actually played okay as a right guard after not being able to do anything at right tackle. Boy, he's a very highly paid guard. Maybe they stick him there for a year. Ballou, was Trevor changing the play at the line of scrimmage to run a pass? The only thing I can imagine, the reason they didn't run Tootin more. Well, he's got that flexibility. He's got the power to change calls. You're never going to get, they don't have to tell us on a play-to-play basis if the play was changed that Liam Cohen called. Many times it's obvious. I mean, you can see it at the line of scrimmage where an audible is actually taking place. But I don't know how to answer that. Maybe I'll have a better look tomorrow when I look at the film once again. We hadn't taken another break, or are we good here? What's going on?
Yeah, we need a break.
All right, let's take a break. Maybe if I start drinking during the show, I'll know when I can take breaks. I feel like I need going sober to this weekend. I mean, even after the loss was tough, I was thinking I was going to pour myself a couple of glasses full. I was like, nah. GF's still out of town. I'm on a little bit of a recluse. Let's just deal with it. And that's what I did. Maybe you have a better way of getting over it out there. I don't know. Everyone to each their own, right? All right, final thoughts coming up. We got plenty left to do here till 8 o'clock, and then Hacker Nation joins you.
From the preseason to the playoffs and every day in between.
Each man individually preparing himself to be the best he could possibly be. Better than he's ever been. Because that's what it's going to take.
At 1010XL, the season never ends.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago, went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Start your new year off healthy. Get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, and kidney. Early detection is key with 5 locations across Northeast Florida Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If your home doesn't have a fireplace, CSS can install a beautiful electric or gas fireplace from Heat & Glow with no major remodel required. See their showroom or CSSOutdoor.com for a free estimate. CSS, you dream it, we build it.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
The toughest bulls, the bravest riders. For 8 seconds, it's all on the line. Glory or nothing. These are cowboys who face down danger, defy the odds, and push themselves beyond limits most wouldn't dare. This is their world, where legends are made on the backs of ranked bulls. It's bull time, Jacksonville. PBR Bucks into ViStar Memorial Arena February 20th and 21st. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, the Jaguars, their season comes to an end after a 27-24 loss yesterday to Buffalo. There will be plenty happening around here, and that includes coaches' interviews. All right, Grant Udinsky is going to interview now with the Cleveland Browns. There are 8 vacancies in the NFL. And some thought that if Sean McDermott was to lose yesterday, there would have been 9. That's just bizarre. But that's this league, win or else. So others could be lost as well. Obviously, there's a lot of players that are going to be on the move as well. Big names to know, Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne. Those are the 2 most prominent. In my opinion, Buster Brown is a guy that you absolutely have to re-sign. All right, Dewey's a free agent. You got some good role players like Dennis Gardeck and Austin Johnson, among some others who they may consider as well. So that is the very latest there. Final of the 6 wildcard games can be played tonight in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers are what? 23-0 lifetime Monday Night Football at home.
Last 23 home Monday night games they've won.
Incredible.
I don't know what the lifetime is, but yeah, that's insane. I think that comes to an end tonight. I think Houston gets some ugly scoring game, kind of like last night. Maybe not as bad as last night, but Houston like 20-13.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a low-scoring game, as you pointed out. What, 38.5, I think is the number.
Yeah.
Incredibly low. And again, this game here, there were four fourth-quarter lead changes. And there were, was it 12 over the week? There were 12 fourth-quarter lead changes in the 5 games. 3 of the 5 road teams won. It was really exciting football. You can absolutely make that case. One of the great wild card weekends. It would have been that much sweeter if the Jags were able to win. But.
Yeah. Didn't every game, like all where the team was trailing and with the 2 minutes left, they ended up winning? Because the Rams were trailing with 2 minutes left, And then the Bears were trailing with 2 minutes left, and the Bills were trailing with 2 minutes left.
Okay.
I think that was a new
4
NFL.
game-winning touchdowns in the final 3 minutes. Yeah. 4 of them. Yeah.
And then the Niners, too.
No. 40-42, there's no way I give Trayvon Walker $130 million plus. He's a defensive tackle, not an edge. That will be a controversial signing or decision. Some are on board. Others are going to be like, no way, no way. And, you know, my way of looking at this has always been who really lives up to the money. Right? I mean, Josh Hines Allen and Trevor Lawrence are entering that category of earning the money. But there's not many. They moved Tyson Campbell. Here are people, myself included, are like, that's it for Walker Little. Get rid of him. You know, I'm not talking about free agents. I'm talking about players that you drafted and then the ability to re-sign them. How many live up to that contract? And unfortunately, there's not a lot of examples around here because there hasn't been a great need to re-sign Jaguars drafted players. 1297. But I'm done with football for the year. Couldn't care less who wins the Super Bowl. Too many curious calls there by the rest of Jags coaching staff. The refs, really. Okay. I thought they did a decent job. Some people's talking about the spot, left foot, right foot. Coaching staff, I agree with. On that 4th down, this is the 32-22 Blue. On that 4th down, if they get a left foot spot instead of a right foot spot, if it's last year and there's no virtual measurement to give them the time to look at the replay and see Trevor's chin touch, we scored the touchdown. And Josh Allen is forced to put on a Superman cape a little earlier. I'm going to take your word for that. Again, as I said twice, maybe 3 times, Tuesday is when I always look at it. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I guess Tony Romo got a ton of bad reviews for this game. I know you were in the audience as well, but just seeing what was out there, the guy got really ripped for his broadcast.
Yeah, and also Tom Brady's gotten a lot better. I'm sure you saw the clip of him talking about throwing the ball into the wind. Brady seems a lot more relaxed this year. Seemed a lot more robotic and didn't want to step on anybody's toes a year ago. Seems like Tony Romo was that person when he first started. He was so good, and now it's kind of worn off.
I never thought he was that good. You know, what made him is his predictability on calling plays. But he's always seemed like he's not completely, prepared, if you will. And I don't think he's one of those, helicopter broadcasters like Troy Aikman, who flies in the game of the day, the day of the game and then leaves immediately thereafter. I mean, typically these guys roll in 72 hours before the broadcast and they visit with both teams. You go to the home practice facility, in this case, the Miller Electric Center, watch them work and get some insides that no one else gets. But we're beginning to see that change a little bit. All right, Hacker Nation's coming up in just a couple of minutes. We got much more to do with you on this Monday edition. Again, all week, we're with you from 6 until 8 o'clock.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, your locally owned commercial truck headquarters and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, it's Rick Ballou. We got a fresh shipment of hard-to-find ProMaster vans, perfect for Section 179. My buddy Tommy and his team are committed to the community and make the process simple. Upfits, delivery, everything handled right. If you need ProMaster vans or commercial trucks for your fleet, you need Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
How'd you get your money so quick?
Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals.
Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Don't wait for leaks to tell you it's time. Start the new year with a roof built to last from Romano Brothers Roofing, serving Jacksonville for over 45 years. Their family-owned team handles repairs, full replacements, and residential or commercial installs, including durable metal roofs. They even do remodels and additions. Call 904-246-5649 or visit RomanoBrothersRoofing.com for a free estimate. License number CCC 1328893.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinder's Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit DFHSalesEvent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, the offseason begins. Also pick it up a little bit in hockey. I see the Florida Panthers are playing right now, 2-1 over Buffalo.
Yeah.
Brad Marchand missing his third consecutive game. Hacker Nation is here. You've already gone deep into it during the fifth quarter yesterday afternoon, but got to imagine you got a lot to say coming up here tonight.
Yeah, the fifth quarter was somewhat therapeutic, right? I think some of the fog is beginning to lift, and we can start analyzing, what exactly went wrong yesterday, what are the next steps, and it's just unfortunate because it was so much fun. There was this one guy, I don't know if you saw this, Sam Block is his name. He's with ESPN. He says, I'm not familiar with his work, but he goes, Jaguars went 13-4, Titans went 3-14, and their season has ended 7 days apart. The NFL is very cruel. And I very rarely do I respond to people like that in our own profession. I'll respond to fans a lot, but I won't usually respond to, national or local colleagues when I disagree with them. It's like, dude, Tennessee fans for the last 4 months were miserable.
Yeah.
Jacksonville fans for the last 4 months had the time of their life.
Right.
Don't give me this garbage that their seasons ended 7 days apart. The last 4 months could not have been a more 180-degree difference between Tennessee and Jacksonville.
Nah, there's no question. But, hey, people are going to say stupid things. People are going to post stupid things. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who that dude is, but I don't watch ESPN outside of the fact that, if there's a game that is going on. All right, so it's going to be, I think, it's going to take a little bit of time to get through this for Jaguars fans. But, with this new organization intact, I think it's going to be a very intriguing offseason and frankly, a lot of fun to follow on a day-to-day basis.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. I'm scheduled to have Mike Giannetti of Spot Track, the founder of Spot Track. I always do kind of a yearly conversation with him after the Jaguar season ends. James Gladstone's got work to do. I mean, the Jaguars are only $5 million under the cap as it stands right now. They got the third most dead cap money in the league. And when you got Monteric Brown and Greg Newsome and Devin Lloyd and Travis Etienne, and not to mention guys like Dewey Winger, Dennis Gardeck, Tim Patrick, DeJuan Smoot, there's a lot of questions about this roster. It'll be very interesting to see what James Gladstone does here in the coming weeks and months.
I look forward to that because I know one of the questions I'd ask, do you cut Walker Little? And if so, you're eating a lot of dead cap money.
Certainly one of the questions I will ask.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, what do you have coming up? Maybe I could be a producer.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe I could replace Dylan and produce your show.
That would be something.
All right, what's coming up tonight?
Yeah, Brian Sexton, Jaguars.com, Jaguars Radio will stop by. Also, the head coach, Dave Campo, a little Monday night coaching with Campo. We will certainly keep people updated as well. Houston, Pittsburgh, 20 minutes away, final game of Super Wildcard Weekend.
It was really good to see Dave Campo. I sat next to him in the press box. I wish he was back here permanently, but he told me he was getting ready to fly back to Dallas, I guess, early this morning. Have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
That's going to do it for us. Appreciate all your input. Some great stuff tonight. I didn't have an opportunity to get to hardly any of you. I bet we did 20, 25 or so. There was just, as expected, so much. But this is going to be an ongoing process. We're going to dive deep into all of the offseason moves that this organization is going to make, what we believe they should make, etc. So, yeah, the offseason is going to be much better than it's been in quite some time, as far as I am concerned. Remember, a year ago at this time, you didn't have a coach, and Trent Baalke was still your general manager. For Dylan Denmark, I am the truth teller, Rick Ballou. Have a great night. We'll talk tomorrow at 6.
A high-performance machine races